Hello, hello, hello. Let's see how we're doing, shall we? Hello, 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 hello. It's just a quick recap. Oh, I say a quick recap as getting everything up and running. How are you doing, Jotun? Oh, just getting back to some form of normality. Famous last words. There you go. But yes, we're all doing it. Yeah, I'm doing surprisingly well. It was just past couple days have just been a bit manic, shall we say. Bits and pieces to get done and all the adult things. And just getting stuff just lining up again. You know, like just lining up, just getting sorted. I'm going through my YouTube thumbnails, getting them streamlined, redesigned, stuff like that, because I was using different artworks to see what suited what I wanted, and I think I've now sorted out what I wanted, so now I'm in the process of updating them, just bits and pieces. Getting my night project underway. Hello, Alchemist. How are we doing, good sir? I've got Black Templar bits and pieces to finish off. I was talking to Munchie last night for a little bit, and then my dad phoned, and I was talking to him for like an hour and a half. Just getting all... trying to get the stars align, shall we say. Trying to get them to align, and it's sometimes easier said than done. Easier sometimes. You know what I mean. Nice. It's always, how do I say it? It's always nice to have light at the end of the tunnel, isn't it? Getting those bits and pieces done. And yeah, it's far easier said than done. But this week coming, I will be in the process of posting these giveaways out, getting them done, and just getting stuff sorted. With everything going on, I was neglecting my my adult chores out in the garden and bits and pieces, stuff like that. Like, you know, thank you. A lot of people have said that. The other half is still on the fence, shall we say. She's very much on the fence. Dad actually likes it, which is a bit of a weird one. Dad doesn't like change to a certain extent, and he's like, "Oh, it's all right on you, boy." I'm like, oh, "Okay, thank you." You know what I mean? I don't know if anyone else has been in that situation. Always been an advocate for it, but yeah, thank you very much, good sir. I know you're obviously part of the clean shaven club, but yeah, it is all good. Trying to get past any doom and gloom, shall we say? But yeah, it's nice to start seeing light on the other end. It's just very, very nice. And I done a recap video. I've just edited it, and it's going live tomorrow. But basically, at this moment in time, with the gift aid support on it, it's just shy of £900 for Macmillan, which is great to hear. Like, Macmillan, pardon me, they do great work. They do amazing work with just caring for people and signposting. It is just lovely. It's absolutely lovely, which is great to hear. But it is what it is. But yeah, how's everyone's week been? I do apologise. I was hoping to have done a bit of streaming yesterday, but I was having numerous phone calls that I was having to do. Numerous phone calls. But yeah, how we all doing? But I am gonna start the end of each month. I've got my other half to give me a kick up the backside to remind me. I'm gonna have a little how do I call it? Monthly meetup, as in on the stream. I don't know the correct name yet, but it's going to be a monthly catch up, something like that. We'll go through all the work in progress, all the finished products, that people have been doing. What I'm going to do is a little bit of a prize draw as well. So everyone who subscribes will get a ticket into the raffle, and basically they get a D&D style mini printed out of their choice, sent straight to them. Okay, because I'm not selling it or anything like that, but I do support Patreons such as One Page Rules and Titan Forge, and they've been bringing out, I'll show you in a minute, they've been bringing out some really amazing D&D one-off villains / heroes, stuff like that, and I love them. And I think some people may enjoy it to be like, oh, nice little painting project or something like that. So that's a little a give back kind of thing that I'm thinking of doing. So One Page Rules, I know Alchemist, you love them to bits. I thoroughly enjoy them. Currently attempting to print a resin supported miniature on an FDM printer. Science is weird. Oh my god. I presume it's going to be quite big then. Or are you trying to fine tune it like 0.2 mil for high, good detail? Yeah, One Page Rules. I thoroughly enjoy it. Standard size. Oh, so you're doing like 0.2 mil and trying to get the detail in. I've been curious about that, but my printer is just a solid entry-level printer. Touch wood. They do the job kind of thing. They're not fine-tuned like bamboos, if that makes sense. If people know the terminology. But yeah, One Page Rules, I've played. There's a way of doing it, so this is an experiment. Oh, I did see there's a YouTube creator, 2 of them actually, who have made a name for themselves, printed out miniatures for an FDM printer. I'll see if I can find them in a minute, because it's been quite curious stuff that they've been doing, in a good way. In a good way. It's really, really cool. I've played One Page Rules twice with the other half now, and she's enjoyed it because she's not into the hyper complexity of overlapping roles. She's not really a wargamer, so for her to get her head around it, she thoroughly enjoyed it. She thoroughly enjoyed it. And I'm going to keep my piratical ogres for One Page Rules and go from there. I think she's using my fire slayers, my slayer dwarves. I think they're called volcanic dwarves in One Page Rules. And it's nice. It's nice. It is a catch-22, which I think I went over in a previous video about it, is because it's a great analog for, say, Games Workshop. If you already enjoy Games Workshop, you're not really going to move over. Yeah, it's a catch-22. There's a way of doing it, so this is experiment. Fair enough. Yeah, experiment away. Filament isn't really that expensive, so it's more expense on your time, isn't it? Expense on your time. But I'll show some people some lovely One Page Rules a minute, and then my plan for the nights. Let's have a goose of a gander, shall we? Let's close that one down. So, if we go over to this one here, okay, so you can see the screen a bit better. Now, where's my lovely, lovely people? There you go. Get everyone running along the bottom. I like that. Okay. Anyway. You're all there running along the bottom. One-page rules, if you've not heard of them. It's beers and pretzels wargaming. Alright? That's the easiest way to explain it. And they've got quite a bit now, which I do like. So you've got your sci-fi 40k game system. You've then got a fantasy game system similar to Age of Sigmar. You then got your skirmish-based ones. So your skirmish-based warband for sci-fi, skirmish-based warband for fantasy. Now this is where I find it's quite interesting that they've stepped into it, but it's nice. They've then got a roleplay system for sci-fi, StarQuest, and a roleplay system for fantasy, Age of Fantasy Quest. Then they've got Grimdark Future. What the fuck? Hello Munch. Grimdark Future Warfleets, which I like the fact being for Battlefleet Gothic, or you could use it for a proxy with Dropfleet. You know, if you got Dropfleet from TT Combat or stuff like that, you could use that as a proxy. You could use Battlefleet Gothic. One-page rules do produce their own sculpts for it as well. They produce their own sculpts for all of this. All of this is great. How are you doing, Munch? Just stopping in quick. I'm at a wedding. No worries, mate. No worries. Hope the wedding is going smooth as possible for you. It's a little bit overcast, and I think there was a bit of drizzle, so I hope it's alright. Hope it's going alright for you. And then you got Age of Fantasy Regiments, which is like your old school Warhammer Fantasy, Kings of War, Old World, stuff like that. So they're all, how would you say it, Alchemist? Similar kind of mechanics across it all. So if you get your head around one, you can kind of step into the other ones, I've noticed, which is quite nice that it isn't completely different mechanics. I do like that. What I'll hide the chat a minute, just makes it a bit easier. Because, yeah, I like the fact that you can, you know, you could be playing Age of Fantasy, like me and the other half has, but then I could step into Grimdark Future, and it's not too jarring, which I personally do like. I do enjoy that quite a bit. But yeah, they got lore now. Lore. Everyone likes a bit of lore. Let's see what minis they've got. Some of the minis are just outstanding. Pardon me. They got 3 minis. So if you want to... Oh, God. What did I do that for? 3 minis. So if you want to give it a go and you've got a 3D printer, download some and just see what they look like. Grimdark and Age of Fantasy are basically the same with slight special rules difference. Yep. You can actually play them against each other, similar to how War Machine and Hordes used to work together. Yes, that is true. Yeah, the mechanics... Yeah, I didn't... Yeah, the mechanics are the same, it's just special rules. Yeah, so you could, if you wanted to, have the Saurians. So you've got your Saurians here, fighting against the High Elf fleets. So Saurians are from Age of Fantasy, and High Elf fleets is from Grimdark Future. But yeah, I like the fact that they do have one here. No idea how balanced it would be, but quite. I think it'd be quite interesting. That'd be like I don't know, like the High Elf fleets are, you know, going through space and they come across a fertile but primitive world. They go down there to try and set up a colony, and then they get attacked by saurians, which are the natives. You could think of it that way. But yeah, you got saurians, high elf fleets, you got vampiric undead, you got dwarfs, alien hive, humans, blessed sisters, ratmen. You can see where the proxies come from, but it's nice that they're their own thing. I do like the Demons of the Plague, which are an analogue for Nurgle, but they're more mushroom-based kind of thing, which is kind of cool. The other half, she was looking at Beastmen a while ago, and she does like the one-page rules variant of Beastmen. But yeah, there's loads in there. There's loads and loads and loads that you can just play around with, which is just great. The new dwarf sculpts are great. They just released some Yes, I do like my dwarves. Let's see if I can bring it up a minute. Where is the... there's the Patreon. Let us log in a minute. Let's log in. Here you go. Cool. So I know there was a little bit on the fence about their new orc, their sci-fi orcs, which are orc marauders. So you got fantasy dwarves, and then you got orc marauders. Seeing them painted now, I like them. I do like the orc marauders. So each month they bring out, I think they class them as Titan models, so they're really, really big models. So this one here, I do believe that's for the for the high elf fleets. But yeah, these just, I like how they step outside of the realms of the norm, like what you would class as norm. Like, so these are models then for their quest variants, so their roleplay system, which, you know, and then they got terrain relevant to it. I think this terrain is supposed to be in tandem with maybe orc marauders. They've listened to the issues with the orcs and look better now. Yeah, that's one other thing I was going to go on about. They're great for taking feedback, and if they can implement it, they'll implement it. This is some sculpts that they've got for their fleet-based games. And then they do, each month they do like a welcome pack, and it spices it up. It's just great. And as I said, I'm thinking of the logistics of how to do the giveaways. I wouldn't mind, because I'm not making any, I'm not selling these, alright? Like, go in, you know, pick, you know, a group of these heroes if you want to give them as a painting project, that kind of thing. But yeah, so there's the Titan again. I think so. It's similar. It's like the it's like a proxy for like an Avatar of Cain kind of model, but it's very different. And look the little thing down there. But the dwarf, I just like the whole idea that yes, you could see it's like a Thane on Shield Bearer, if you know of Warhammer Fantasy. But instead of the shield being carried, it's got like a walker. And then you got your engineer with like a fancy backpack and ratchet and stuff. Like, I love it because it's their own take. It's a fresh new take on it. And they just look so cool. Here you go. Here's your coal golems. Just, I always thought it was strange that in Kings of War they have like golems and stuff like that. you know, big statue things that come to life. Why not have that in fantasy? It's something different. It's something different, and I love it. There's your flame cannon. Here, and this is another thing that I do like. If you're not great at basing or consistent basing it, there you go. There's some base sets. I love the look of the classic Dark Skaven, but the Ratman being more classic medieval red wall. Yeah, the Rat General on Giant Scroll. Yeah, they take it in a completely different avenue. That they protect themselves from IP. You know, big overlord Games Workshop want to protect their intellectual property, like all businesses would. They go in such a different route. You can see where the inspiration comes from. But it's like, yeah, we're doing our own thing. And I love the gaming accessories. Like, there's your widget for measuring. Here's your objective markers. And here's some dice. Like, and then here's the Orc Marauder. And this is what I mean. Like, I know me and Alchemist have chatted about this briefly. But they do look more tribal now. That they do have an Aztec-y Native American vibe to them, but it's like the mech suit. It just fits. Like, if I was ever gonna do orcs, I wanted to do orcs for 40k for quite some time, and I love the idea of doing like a piratical orcs thing, like freebooters and stuff like that. But these, yeah, snakebite tribes. These are really scratching that itch of doing something different, and it's consistency. Have you seen the new Dreadrex? I think I have. I'll see if it's popping up in a post. Yeah, so these are supposed to be your knobs in Mega Armor. Then here's your trucks. Should be that release. Oh, I'll have a little look a minute. Oh, and they even do paper hammer as well, which I like. Just in case you haven't got access to a 3D printer, it's just great. Alright, let's scroll down a bit. Let's go on to one-page rules. Let's have a look. Yeah, I would like to play one-page rules more, but it's one of these things of keeping on top of things, like not getting too lost. Yes. So this is the Titan for the Alien Hive for the sci-fi equivalent. There you go. This is the Saurian one. It's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. So has anyone ever thought, I want a T-Rex with guns? So you got missile racks, you got thrusters on the back, and I think you got some rail cannon turret on it. It's absolutely bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. And they do loyalty rewards as well. So when you're with them long enough, you get rewards like giant models. Yeah, both giant models are sick. There was an amazing vampire one ages ago. The vampire was carried with their coffin on a literal wave of zombies. I think I've seen that, and it is bonkers. One moment. You see him behind behind the scenes a little bit. One moment. Library. Let's have a little look. I have quite a bit of one-page rules. Yeah, so Dread Titan. And then you got the Devourer Titan. It's all good, it's all good. That is just, I love the human side. Like, Fire Titan. So you got a wizard riding a flame salamander. Come on. Like, and then Human Defense Force, which you could say is a very close approximation to Imperial Guard. Here's their version of like a Baneblade. It definitely feels Halo to me, like Halo vibes. Yeah, great Owl Chimera. It's just phenomenal stuff. Oh, this is one. Yeah, that's what I mean. Their Titan models just, yeah, like this one here, Butcher Titan for undead. Like, it's ridiculous. You got the zombies popping out of it. That's scale. That's scale for you. That's like a humanoid there. It's, you know, as I said, yeah, you got, this is one thing I need to let the other half know. She loves her dragons and animals and forests and all this and all that. There you go, Forest Ancient. Their stuff is just this is the thing that blew me away. So the dwarf guilds are sci-fi dwarves, squats, Votan, things like that. Like, oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna see how well the FDM print goes and then may print some of the big things. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Like, it's crazy in such a good way. It is crazy with the stuff that you can get. Just trying to see if there was one that really tickled me. I do know you like your Blessed Sisters. You've mentioned in the past. Oh yeah, here's another elemental, the wind one. Like, they're just really, really cool. They're all just grand. And the terrain that you get in there, they just really do. And there's just so much variety. Oh, I'll have a little look in a moment. So you got, this is the rat one. So you got like a sorcerer on a ferret. You went past it. Oh, I went past it, did I? Ah, okay. One moment. Here's your air elemental titan. So that's a cat, I want to say, of some sort. That's on... Oh, was it on an otter? I thought that was a ferret. Oh, this one. Yeah, this is the one you were on about. Yeah. Vampire Master. Yeah. Don't need to ride a zombie dragon. I'll just ride a horde of just zombies. That's not a miniature. That is just a diorama. And you got a human, like, graveguard, supervisor just yeeting it out of there. There you go. And another one being like, he's like, sorry, Florence. I got to yeet it out of here. There's the Count, just leaning out of his coffin. Like, that is, I will say, that is a gorgeous model, but that wouldn't be a quick paint job. Alright, it would still take time, even if you tried to use washes and all this and all that, it would still take time from just the sheer amount of detail in there. It would still take time, but it'd be worth it. It would so be worth it. I do like my lycanthropes, my werewolves. So I like the fact that they've included werewolf units. But yeah, there's so much on here, and I'll be happily print one off for you, Alchemist. Happily print one off for you. I think I printed out more for curiosity of how it looks in person. But yeah, honestly, I do want to do content on one-page rules. Certainly, will do, good sir. Will do. Will do, good sir. Hope your shopping goes as smoothly as possible. Thinking about it, I need to do some shopping with the other half tomorrow. I will try to. Need to leave here at like 4:30 or something like that. Got the father-in-law. It's his birthday today, so going to see how he is and wish him a happy birthday and all that. But yeah, like, I just love it. I love the opportunity of 3D printing now. Absolutely love it. Because with 3D printing, I was able to do stuff like this. I know people still make it out of foam and stuff like that, but I just had the printer go in. It took like 3 days of continuous printing, or maybe 2 and a bit days, something like that, but painted up in like a day. It's great. I couldn't fault it. I couldn't fault it at all. But yes, I might as well explain to you, lovely lot, what I have been doing in relation to the Imperial Knights. So I just need to log in a minute. So I got another knight to print off. Pardon me. I got another knight to print off, which is, I want to get it right a minute. Don't mind me, I'm having fun. I'm letting Dark Legends autoplay in the background. So, if we go over here, so I've got, do they not have the model anymore? Imperial Knights. I wouldn't mind getting some of these guys. the Morax. Oh. Forge World Imperial Knights. So this is the last one I need to do. Now what's that one called? What was that one called? Can't remember what that one was called now. Oh, the Atropros. I can't pronounce it for love nor money. But basically, I've been writing up using AI. I know, doom and gloom. I've been writing up some fluff of the knights in tandem with the fluff I'm writing up for the Dark Angel Space Marines. And I want a King Arthur vibe thrown into it. So this is the initial idea. It's up for tweaking and stuff like that. But House Caliburn, they were founded prior to the Great Crusade. They were actually from the initial expansion of the humankind. And during the Great Crusade, Lionel Johnson's fleet came across them and they joined up. There's more to it than that, but basically they've then gone off and, you know, done their whole thing and X, Y, Z. But it does go into tandem with the Dark Angels that I've been working on, where the Dark Angels are... they're more an actual chapter, somewhat under direct control from the Lion. And it's very much set up to be remnants or portions of the other successor chapters acquiesced unit or units to it. So think of the Lion's host as the Death Watch for the Lion. So he needs a force to go out and do something under the radar or something of utmost importance. The Lion host goes off and deals with it. So it's his own version of a mini legion again. Like, he gets hold of the best from each of these chapters, puts them in a force and sends them out. And they work in tandem with the Knight household. And that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to cobble together, because I'm far more into the fluff than the rules, because the rules keep getting changed. Whether we like it or not, they keep getting changed. So part of me is going, why not do something like this? You know, do a Night's Watch style Death Watch vibe to it. And I'm like, I don't know why, but it just sings to me. Just sings to me, so I can have. And the bit of fluff that I did incorporate in here was now, where was it I put in here? I said a bit like the Death Watch. When you're acquiesced from your original chapter, Angels of Vengeance, Angels of Absolution, XYZ, alright? Like with the Death Watch, you keep your parent pauldron, okay? So instead of just keeping the parent pauldron, keep that arm. So you keep that whole right arm. So if the colours are bone colour, you keep that. If it's silver colour, you keep that. If it's red, you keep that. X, Y, Z, you keep that side. Because I'm using Grey Tide Studio bits, I don't always have a perfectly clean, flat pauldron to then put a decal on. But it allows me to keep colours going. And I just thought it's just something nice. I'm going to see about trying to incorporate fur pelts in there as well. But I need to figure out how to do that tactfully. So it doesn't just look like I'm going Space Wolves. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with it, and I've trying to write up a narrative using the Leviathan set. And it's just it's so nice. I'm really, really happy with it. If I go on to onto Grey Tide Studios, this is just my thoughts behind it. So if I go on, let's find Grey Tide. Let's go on to Primal Hounds. Because I may incorporate some of these shoulder pads into it. And the shoulder pads that have fur on them. And the actual fur ones, but I'm not too sure on the actual totems. I don't want the actual totems per se, so it's a bit of an interesting one, trying to mix and match and get the best out of it. Okay, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense to you, lovely lot, and I'm not boring you too much. But that is what I'm planning on doing. I am, as I said, in the process of working on the Imperial Knights. So let's sort out some of the focus. Hopefully that works better. So the trim is going to be in a dark steel colour. Right. Oh, just took it off. Yeah, trim is in a dark steel. Everything else is normal silver. So dark steel silver. Then the panels are going to be a mixture of reds and whites, checkered kind of vibes. And I just want to keep the old, you know, that kind of going through. And go from there, because I've got tons to play around with now, and I am supposed to be playing a game in the future against or with / against Gus when they come down. So I've got that. I've got my 3 different knights beside me. We've got Big Boy here. I may have shot myself in the foot. Spraying all up silver first. But it is what it is. I'm going to manually paint in the colours. Let's get this bit off, he says. Just don't want to snap anything by accident. But yeah, need to figure out how I'm going to paint it and go from there. Same with these ones here. The canopies that they came with were really, really bad. So I had to reprint out new canopies, and they weren't original ones, so I had to sand down the Forge World stuff to make it fit. I think if I remember correctly, these were fakes anyway. So yeah, I'm not too fussed if I have to hack them to pieces to make it work. But yes, I just need to figure out colours, so I might actually do that now. Start figuring out some of the colours and go from there. So thinking for a dark red. I'm thinking more towards. I'm not sure. A minute. Let's have a look. I do like the look of the Oxblood red. It's kind of a nice rich red. So I'm tempted to go by Oxblood red for the red. Now there was a grey that I really liked. There you go, Frosted Edge. I would like to use that for the white, so I can still highlight from that. And then for the metals, I just launched stuff everywhere. This tungsten steel, so it's a very dark silver for the trim. Which I do like the look of, so what I may do in a minute. Test it out on one of these ones a minute. Where is a nice easy paintbrush? Not too fussed a minute. Do the silver last. But also for GriffCon, hopefully going this year, I may be demoing. So I'm potentially demoing Batman. See what this Oxblood is like. going to put a little bit of water in this a minute. All good, don't need a bot, thank you. fine. How are we looking time-wise? Okay, still got a bit of time. In an ideal world, I'd have my hairdryer out drying, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can do some frosted etch up in it. Bung up end. Too watery. There you go. Or clicky back. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, I'm just doing a few little painty brush strokes, testing things out, and then I'm going to be coming on to these full swing later on in the week to come. How are you keeping? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? just want to be a bit careful using this off-white frosted edge. Because it does have great coverage. Okay. Ah. Pardon me. I think that's a good place to wrap up there. I'm going to be working more on the fluff for the household, the knightly household, and for the Dark Angels, because I want them to be working in tandem. But it's going to be interesting because what I'm going to do with some of the white patches on the knights is I'm going to be checkering them white and black, or sorry, white and red. Yeah, white and red to go from there. So it's going to be interesting mixing and matching and so on and so forth. But I do need to have some of the panels plain black as well. So I may go over these in a bit and do that. So I got like 3 colours. So I got a dark steel for the trim, black, red, and then like checkered white. Instead of just being plain white, I may checker it white. Don't know. As I said, this armature that I'm doing, that's going to be the test bed to then go forward. But yes, thank you very, very much. If you're not already following, please, click the follow button down below. It's very much appreciated. And if you do have Discord, you are more than welcome to join in, because all notifications go through there. Alright? But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. Take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I got to sort out bits and pieces with the doggies and stuff before I head out. But anyway, take care of yourself. See you in the next one. Ta-ra for now.